Welcome back to the channel, guys. So I've been fishing with jack traps for quite a few years now. I like to use the 26-inch standards, and I also have the 30-inch standards, I think they are, that are the taller ones for lake trout fishing. Last year I picked up two of these smaller 20-inch standards, I think they're called. You can see the size difference there between the two. But this one is smaller and it's better for early ice because it's a little bit shorter. And if you're going for trout and salmon, when you only have a couple inches of ice and you set this thing down, you don't want your reel sticking way down below the ice and spooking the fish. So that's why I picked up a few of these for my traps that I'm going to have right kind of against shore in less than a foot of water. They'll just sit a little bit higher up in the hole and they won't spook the fish as much. But I was kind of thinking, instead of buying a few more of these to get a full set, I might just try to modify my 26-inch standards to work for the early season. You can do this with any tip up. In fact, it would probably be easier to do it with their cross traps instead of the standard, flip down models like this, or like Heritage would be easy to do it with. But all we're going to do is basically move this hole down. We're going to have a couple preset holes, so this will bring the reel up higher in the water. We're going to be fishing tomorrow on like 3 inches of ice, so I'd like to be able to have that reel just sit just below the ice so we're not down too far spooking the fish. So the whole goal of this video is to get these larger traps to fish more like these smaller traps. And we're just going to move the crossbar down a little further. That sounds pretty simple, but we do have to do a few things. We can only move it so far because this piece here is going to move up, and we do have to notch out the end of this here, so we're going to do that right now. Alright, so the first thing we got to do is mark inside of here where we're going to have to notch this out. So I'm just going to take a little scribe thing here and just score a line. Now we just have to take this end cap off. You can see the lines that we've kind of scribed in there. We're just going to take a Dremel tool and cut that right out and put it right back on. Alright, so we screwed that back together. There's our notched out piece. You want it at the top because this piece is going to end up sliding up. What we want to do here is get this piece to be as close to this brace as we can, and that'll raise up our reel about as much as we can get out of this 26-inch standard. So let's take this apart. All we got to do is take this wing nut off here and just pound it out with a hammer. Pull it out. Now the trap should come completely apart. Just like that. You can see where we've notched there at the end, and removing that piece doesn't do anything structure-wise for the trap. You're still going to have plenty of stability with this crossbar here. That piece doesn't even really need to be there. I think it's mostly just to protect the end of your traps going in and out of your bags and stuff, but it's not gonna hurt anything cutting that out. I'm sure Jack Traps isn't going to endorse that statement right there, but I don't work for Jack Traps, so anyways, we just start pushing the whole thing forward like this. You can see that starts to come out. And what we want to do is slide this up till we just about get to that tripper mechanism here, and that's as far as we can really go with this thing. So I'm going to mark down here where my bolt goes through with a Sharpie. We can take that out now. Find where we marked, put a dot there, and that's where we're going to drill our new hole. Quite a long distance away from that other one. So let me go toss this on the drill press and show you what this is going to look like. Like that. So the 20-inch standard that they sell is actually drilled 9 inches up from the bottom, and the 26 is drilled 12 inches up. So let's measure how far up we actually are. We are about 6 3/4 inches up. So we're actually going to be shallower, higher in the hole than that small 20-inch standard, which is what we want. What's what I want anyways. So let me try to put this thing back together here. Tighten that thing up and we're done. That's all you gotta do. Trap is now set to fish early season ice. Look at that. So if we got 3 inches of ice here, that reel is gonna be about 2/3 the way under the ice, which is perfect. The reel is still going to be in the water because the water level is going to be just under the top of the ice here. So that's going to be like a real shallow water. So the higher up in the hole you can get, the better. And then when we get more ice and we want to put it back to normal, we just pull that bolt out, slide everything back up to this original hole, and it's right back to the 26-inch standard. Everything folds up nice, goes back in your pack basket, whatever you're using. Pretty sweet. And what you could do, and we probably will do, is drill another hole in between these two that we just did. So as the ice gets thicker and thicker, we can keep adjusting it. For fishing for brook trout in the shallow water, we can keep adjusting it and maybe just give us a chance to catch more fish, who knows. But let's go out and try this thing, see how it works. All right guys, so here we go. We got the trap out here. We're about to set it up. We've only got a few inches of ice here, so this is gonna be perfect. And let's just see what this looks like when we drop it down the hole here. Yeah, that is absolutely perfect. You can't even see the reel. The reel is barely sticking down below the ice. Like I'm talking, I don't even know if it is. Get the GoPro in the water here. Use the old Maine standard golden shiner. Man, it's got to be a trout. It's a trout. Brookie. You. See you, bud. Yes.